Hello, it's Carlo here. Welcome to another video, and this is a what's in my dock video. I haven't done one of these in quite some time, and I was a bit inspired by Tom to do one, so I thought I'd go ahead and do one now. So here we go. So as you can see, last OS I was running was Mavericks on the last dock tour, which was on the Mac Pro. Let's start at the beginning. So obviously we've got the Finder window, which is very cool. We've got the Launchpad, which is, you know, same old stuff, sort of different day. Safari, Mailbox, my internet browser of choice, which is Google Chrome, and then we start with my animation and VFX tools, which is quite a few of them, so sort of bear with me. So to start off with, we've got Blender, which is a nice animation tool. I've not really used Blender a lot, hence why it's just starting up like this. So we have Blender. I don't use Blender a lot because I'm more like a Maya man and a Houdini man, an After Effects man, but still, it's still good to have. So that's Blender. Next one we have Buju, which is a tracking tool for tracking things in for different certain programs. Do you know what I mean? Like After Effects, so on and so on, and Cinema 4D. I don't know how much of this Buju I'm going to be using because most of the tools that I use now have built-in trackers anyway. But still, Buju is still a good one to have. So let's just quit Buju. Next one is Cinema 4D, which is I do quite a bit of modelling in Cinema 4D. I do like the new motion tracker sort of tools in it and stuff like that, which is quite good. Yeah, I've got my update sorted. Haha. So yeah, Cinema 4D, pretty good program. I use that quite a bit, but like I say, the programs I use I'll get into in a sec. Next we have the Foundry Suite, which is all this lot here. So we have Colorway, which is a color grading program for your models that you use or that you make up in Modo. And then we have the Nuke 8 Assist and the PLE, which I never use obviously because I've got Nuke X. And we have Modo, which is a modeling and animation tool, which is the same as Maya and Cinema 4D. Modo a little bit more advanced than Cinema 4D, but still good. And then we have Hero 1.9, which is a editing tool which works in compositing with the Nuke system. I'm happy because obviously Foundry are releasing Nuke Studio sometime. I think it's in the next couple of weeks, so hopefully I actually get that for free, which is great. So these will be sort of cut down. So because Nuke Studio has Hero built into it, we'll be losing this one. Mari, which is a texture tool. It's for painting models and characters, so on and so on, which is pretty awesome. Then we have my licensing tool, which basically controls all the licenses for my Foundry Suite. And then we have Houdini, which is a VFX tool, which is absolutely awesome. Very much like 3ds Max, but I do prefer Houdini over 3ds Max anyway. We have an image viewer to view images that are created via Houdini. You can view it through other programs like Photoshop, so on and so on. But still, to get the proper image sequence going, you'd always use image viewer when working with Houdini. Next we have After Effects, which is cool. Use this on a daily basis. Got every single plugin known to man for Adobe After Effects. Complete Video Copilot suite, complete Red Giant, the whole lot, which is quite cool. Then Photoshop, which I use quite a bit. And then we've got Premiere Pro CC, which is quite good. Well, actually it's brilliant, really. I use it a lot more than I use Final Cut, which I've got here, but we'll get back to in a minute. Then we've got Adobe Illustrator, which is sort of very similar to Photoshop. InDesign, Adobe Auditions, where I do all my sound editing and bits and pieces for my audio music. Then we got Lightroom, which is my photo suite of choice, and obviously my animation program of choice is Maya that we have here. We have another compositor, which is Autodesk Smoke, which is very similar to Nuke. I do prefer Nuke over Smoke, but I'll always have Smoke there, just in case I need it for something which Nuke can't do. But I've not found anything that Nuke can't do yet, so it's sort of sat there anyway, but it's still good to have. Mudbox is a sculpting tool for models, which is pretty good, pretty awesome program. And then we go to the famous Final Cut Pro, which is absolutely great. I do prefer Premiere Pro, I must admit, but Final Cut is great just for knocking up a quick edit to get up onto YouTube or to color correct a video very quickly. Then we've got Motion, which I don't use a lot, Compressor, which I don't use very much, but I do have it anyway. And then we've got my Red Giant link, which is a link to all my Red Giant plugins, which I do my updates for. Through this app here, which is great. Every time there's a fresh update, it will pop up here. It's sort of similar to the Creative Cloud for Adobe, but obviously it's sort of down here. Got the contacts, calendar, notes, which is like used on a daily basis. I don't think I could live without my notes. Reminders I've not yet used. Maps, I don't really use maps because I've got SatNav. Messages, which I don't use because all my messages go through mail. iTunes I use all the time, obviously, for music. iBooks I don't really read a lot, and if I do read it, it'll be on the Kindle or something, or on a tablet, so iBooks is not used. App Store, don't really get along with the App Store. Don't really download anything from the App Store because all my programs are quite pro, like all pro programs, so I don't really use that unless it's for you know, silly little things like I don't know, iStat, so on and so on. ScreenFlow, which is obviously what I'm using now to record, and Wine, which is a very good app. It allows you to basically open exe files, Windows files, and install Windows files that are basically not like you can install a game, but if it's a small like exe Windows file, like I don't know, Angry Birds or something like that, you can easily install it onto the Mac system using Wine. Crossover is exactly the same as Wine, but Crossover works just a little bit better. Then obviously we've got Ccleaner, which lets me sort of keep my computer nice and clean on a daily basis. I use this. System preferences and resources, and that's it really. And then we've got the trash can right at the bottom. So yeah, that's my quick doctor. I hope you found it interesting. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.